Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer. The DRFBets race of the day for Thursday, August the 8th, is race number 8 at Saratoga. We're going a mile and an eighth for the Fillies and Mares New York Breds in the Saratoga Dew Stakes. It's 100 grander. You can play this race and the nice card at the spa with a DRFBets account. Sign up using the promo code Hello. Let's take a look at the fields for the Saratoga Dew, and I want to remind all our friends at home you can access free formulator past performances for this race on the Race of the Day event page at DRF.com. Download them, handicap along with us. We'll take the field in post-position order. We'll begin, Mike, with the number 1 Out of Orbit, who is stretching out in her third start of the form cycle. She has speed. She has the rail. That alone makes her dangerous. Stretching out, though, for the first time in her career, kind of odd. This is her 21st lifetime start, Mike, and her first race on the main track around 2 turns.
Yeah, it's true. They've never really desired to stretch her out in the past, and so it makes you wonder if she has some distance limitations. It seems like she does, Dan. She's a pretty good horse overall. She tends to just show up and run the same race every time, and sometimes it's good enough, and quite often it's not. I like her speed. I like her rail draw. I think it's going to be hard for her to beat this field going 9 furlongs because I really don't think she wants to go this far.
Well, the X factor in this race is the number 2, Fetching, and we do know she wants to go a mile and an eighth. Yeah. She proved that last time out on the turf when she beat entry-level allowance runners. Does she want to run on the dirt? That's really the big question mark, because if she could sort of duplicate the turf form on the dirt, she's going to be very tough in here because she has a ton of upside potential.
Yeah, she really does. I mean, you don't really know where it all ends for her because she just keeps getting better with racing. The distance is no problem. She's the only 3-year-old in the field. I guess that could work against her as well, but I'm less worried about that than I am about the surface switch. I will say this, she's in a Fleet Alex. She's a full sister to a 5-time dirt route winner, so it feels like there's enough pedigree for her to handle it. Mark Casse has very good numbers when he goes turf to dirt off of wins. So there are really things to like about this horse who's run well in all 3 of her starts, Dan. She looks like she's pretty good.
And you're right. Casse has done this in the past with horses, perhaps most notably Flame Away. He's had success with this kind of horse. And from a distance standpoint, if it just comes down to distance, we know she's going to get it. Here's the formulator fact for Casse. Past 3 years, this is just 3-year-old last out winners moving from turf to dirt in route races, 33% winners, almost a $5 return on investment. Let's throw up the 3 Cartwheel, and we'll also throw up the Timeform US pace projector. We are not expecting a fast pace in this short, compact field. The aforementioned number 1 Out of Orbit expected to make the lead. Cartwheel is expected to be close, and why not? A pace-pressing winner last time out against open condition claimers. That was at Belmont over a sloppy track, and she just spurted away over those horses on the backstretch and then was never threatened. So that tells me the waters are going to get a lot deeper here. I'm not sure about the mile and an eighth, but it is interesting that she stretched out and she showed immediate improvement. This is another one of those horses. They really weren't interested in stretching her out early.
No, the distance I think is a real concern because just in watching most of her races throughout her career, she didn't strike me as a horse who really wanted to stretch out. I think it's worth pointing out not only did they drop her last time to get that big win, but each of her last 2 wins, one of them was up here last summer where she was the only main track only in a race that came off. Right. The other horses in that field could not stand up on the main track, and she just blew them out. And she blew out a very weak field last time too. She's just facing much better horses here.
The 4 is Turn and Burn, and I thought Turn and Burn did some good things last time out at Belmont in May, going gate to wire. But the figs are just very, very light. She could be close to the pace. Timeform US has her in second, but this is a filly, while she has the pedigree to go a mile and an eighth, now she has to prove she can do it, and she might have to, really improve from a buyer standpoint to do it.
Yeah, she just got to get a lot faster to beat this field. There's a very long layoff there for her. So you sort of want to give her the opportunity to start running faster races. She's also caught sloppy tracks in 3 of her 5 starts since she's come back. But they stretched her out once this distance at Aqueduct, and she did not run well.
Held accountable makes a lot of sense. She's the 2-1 morning line favorite. Last time out, she came back off of about a 7-month layoff. Tough spot to go 9 furlongs off that kind of layoff. She saved ground early near the back of the pack. She came widest into the stretch. She came with a good run behind a good open horse in Queen of Bees. I can understand anybody that says that race is easily good enough to win this one, but she was 20-1 last time out. She's 2-1 on the morning line. She's a contender. I'm not sure she
Yeah.
has such an edge. I want to take a short price.
Yeah, I don't think she has an edge. You can just look at the figures that she's been running throughout her career, and you know that she doesn't tower over these horses. She does seem to do fine with this distance. She did face two horses last time who are way better than anything she is facing today. So that is something to consider with her. But you're right, Dan. At a short price, there are other ways to go in this race. I think you want to use her, but you don't have to love her in here.
Let's take a look at our top picks for this year's edition of the Saratoga Do. I liked what I saw from Lucky Move last time out. Now, maybe they just claimed Lucky Move to try to get a win up at Saratoga. Well, mission accomplished. That happened last time out, going 1 1/8 in-out trip. I like the way she ran down that favorite. That was a big favorite that had a big lead on her turning into the stretch. Lucky Move came to the outside, and maybe the outside was the best part of the track that day, and you needed to be outside, and the favorite was down on the rail. But she came and got that horse, really appreciating the 1 1/8. The pace issue, that is the question here for Lucky Move, and whether that last race was a fluke. It was her best buyer speed figure ever.
Yeah, I'm going to say that race wasn't a fluke. I'm with you. I thought she ran really well in that race. First time with New York breds. And you know what? She'd just been spending her whole career basically out of town. They sprinted her up here last summer, but that was the first time they went long with her in New York. And that's what she seems like she really wants to do. I liked that win from her last time, Dan. I think she's dangerous right back.
Well, that's where I'm going. The outside, Lucky Move, the 6, and the 5 held accountable. Another horse I'd have to use. You liked what you saw from Fetching on Turf. You like her pedigree. And again, the Cassie Formulator fact speaks for herself. Now it's up to Manny Franco to keep her close to what could be a moderate pace. What price do you take on Fetching?
Yeah, I don't think I would take anything less than 7 to 2, maybe in that range in this field. We'll hope we can get something like that. And we'll see if she handles third. I think she can handle it. I didn't love the other horses. I like your horse as well. I went 2, 6, and 5 in this race. And it feels like those 3 just tower over the rest of them.
265 for Mike, 65 for me in the $100,000 Saratoga Do. It's your DRFBets race of the day for Thursday. Get involved with that DRFBets account. Please sign up. Use the promo code HELLO and start betting away with DRFBets. Approximate post time for the Saratoga Do, 4:46 Eastern. Good luck.